It's a no-brainer. It's like, am I not gonna do the thing that's working? Like it comes down to that. Hello everyone, I'm Shay. I'm a nutritionist and an international level athlete, and today we're talking about sort of a psychological topic of why people struggle to stick with dieting. And I find this to be a concept that spans across a few areas of your life. And gosh, it takes a little bit to actually adjust to things, and I think people are a bit too impatient with that. And I want to use the example of dieting, and it of course applies to other things. Once you take some things out, some of your favorite things, a new thing will become your favorite thing. Okay, so that sounds like a riddle, but let's say every night your favorite thing is ice cream. Okay, and you have some ice cream, you have some candy, and you love it every night. If you take that away, for the first couple of days, you might be a little bit sad. Maybe you're missing it, but maybe after a week or so, the the protein shake you have during lunch might become the new favorite thing, and now that's the thing you look forward to every day. And that's a thing that applies to just anything that relates to dopaminergic stuff. So as far as hedonism goes, right? People are always searching for the next thing that's gonna bring them a lot of dopamine. And when you detox and when you find, a healthier lifestyle, maybe you're very measured, maybe you're in monk mode as they call it, something will always become the most enjoyable thing, regardless of how stale your lifestyle or well, not stale, but how reserved and measured and less hedonistic your lifestyle or your diet might be. There'll always be something, and people see this as, oh, I can't commit to that diet. Like there's nothing enjoyable there. If you stick it out for a week, it will become tolerable, or at least tolerable. It'll be fine, right? It'll be enjoyable eventually. Like if you're in prison, let's say, we're taking it far, but the prison diet, let's say it's terrible, you hate it, but once a day you get a nice ripe banana, and that's really the only sweet thing you get in there. Let's say that banana's gonna taste fantastic, right? Now if you take someone who's only eating McDonald's and you give him a banana, he's not gonna enjoy it, right? That's what I'm getting at here. So understand that things are going to take time to adjust to, and if you stick it out, just stick it out for a week and you'll be fine. You'll realize, oh, I feel the exact same as I do towards my diet as I did before as far as enjoyment goes, except now I only feel better because the diet's better, right? And I'm checking all my micronutrient boxes and keeping out some high inflammatory foods, stuff like that. So that's a major point. And as far as that goes, when you initially change your diet, it might take a week or 2 weeks or a month to really feel your best self. It's not always an instant feeling, because it takes a while for all your body to, adjust to that, your cells to replenish, your micronutrients to be fully stocked up. And once that's all sorted out and your sleep health is good, that's when you start to feel good. But it's not an overnight thing. A strange thing you might experience is if you're on a clean diet for, say, a month and then you have a couple days of bad eating, you can feel the decline when it's on the other way. Like it's sort of a shame, because you really have to wait to see the benefits of a bad diet. But once you do that, you'll see how important it is, because if you jump off it, you feel terrible. So that's something you may or may not have experienced, but the good part of that is once you experience that, the steep decline, then you realize the merits of it, which is important, because often with diet it's very abstract, right? You don't know what's actually working, but in that circumstance you finally realize that it is working, and then it's like, okay, well, it's easier to stick to now because I understand why it's working, and it does work for me. So then you hop back on it, you get off the McDonald's 3 times a day, and you start living better. And again, that's a concept that applies to a few things. It can take a while to, start reaping some benefits from the gym. You don't get in shape overnight, right? But it's the people that stick it out just to sort of, either out of discipline or just to see what happens. It's those people who find out what's actually working. And You know, a lot of people say as well, it takes 2 weeks to build a habit. Once it's a habit, it becomes easier. But I think the main thing is once you see it's working, it's a no-brainer. It's like, am I not going to do the thing that's working? Like, it comes down to that rather than just being, you know, an out of shape guy with a bad diet and you're thinking, is this actually going to help? You know, it's hard to make that step because you don't know if it's going to help. Even though people tell you to, you go off your personal experience a lot of the time. So once you realize that, you know, things become a lot easier in multiple areas of your life. And again, if you're going to the gym every day and you're sleeping well, it's the same with diet. As soon as you fall off and your sleep's terrible, maybe you're drinking, maybe you haven't been to the gym in a week, you will notice the difference. And this will get you back in the next week, ideally. It's the same thing with diet. It's all the same behavioral changes, so keep that in mind. And a last tip as far as making sure your diet is, you know, cleaner, is literally just be disciplined for the time. Maybe it's half an hour a week that you're actually in the grocery store. It's that easy. It's hard to cheat out on your diet if you don't have it in the house, assuming you make most of your meals yourself. If you're eating out there, you know, it becomes a different story, but you know, that's one thing to think about. So I hope that was helpful. Maybe some of you experienced this before, let me know. Yeah, I'll see you next time.